Hey y'all, say y'all, it's your girl Lika, the hippie healer, and welcome to the channel. So all of my returning viewers, hey soul cousins, so happy, so blessed, so thankful to have you back. And to my new subscribers, welcome to the soul family. We're just spreading love, light, insight, and helping each other better navigate this beautiful human experience that does not always feel so beautiful. Now let's get into the energy. I kind of want to do something a little different where I want to start off with a deck that I typically would use to close the readings, and just see where it goes from there. Okay, so let's get into the energy, see what's going on. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please leave me clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. Clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any and all interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the collective, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Any dark magic or evil eye being sent to my platform, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra as I get these messages across. And protect and open up my third eye chakra so that I can dive deeper into my intuition to give further clarification of the cards that come out today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Let's see. Clear and concise messages for the divine collective. What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? Okay, the first one we have is, this is a new chapter. This is a new chapter in your life. Wait, excuse me. This new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. You can't continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding that you've had until now. No matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective. So a lot of you are in a transitional period. This is actually the same energy that I was channeling in the last reading. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. I'm getting like people are, you're closing out old chapters. Some of you are like moving out of old homes, changing your job, like leaving certain jobs, relationships. And it's like, it's more than just external things are changing, but you're also changing internally. So it's a transitional stage. It's actually beautiful. It says, choice is the most powerful tool you have. Every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several doors, bringing new experiences into your life. At any given time, you can change the direction of your life. You're only one choice away. So it's almost as if like your soul is trying to get you to elevate to a new phase. But what I'm feeling is like a tug of war between the ego and then your spirit. For some of you in your soul, it's like you want to make a change. You're not happy in a certain situation, relationship, job, living environment, whatever. You're not happy with where you are right now, just in general. Or maybe you have everything, like it's a situation where it's like actually everything is right. Job, living situation, relationship, friend group, but still it's like something is missing. And has a lot to do with internal. Some people are, a lot of you are scared to step out of your comfort zone. But you can't elevate in your comfort zone. You know? Tell me more, Spirit. I just heard African Goddess Rising. That'll be the next deck that I pull from. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Oh, okay. 2 came out. All right. So it says prioritize self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. Yeah, a lot of you're coming out of a relationship. And I'm hearing like somebody just wants to rush to the part of stepping into the new chapter, the new phase where everything makes sense. We're like, I'm done crying, I'm done being sad, I'm done crying over spilt milk. Like, you know, a lot of you just want to fast forward to the part where everything is okay and you feel okay again. But you have to sit in those emotions. You can't suppress them. You damn sure can't fast forward through them. Definitely not any rush or a race when it comes to healing. It's a dance. You know, certain days you feel like you've made a lot of progress. You maybe you make up, you feel, you know, super confident, super like, you know, everything happened for, you know, I understand that everything happened for a reason, and you're seeing the lesson in the situation. And maybe you have another day where you wake up and you feel bitter, you know, or you feel like, damn, I really invested all that time and this is where I am. Healing is a dance. But you have to go through it. You have to sit in those emotions, those uncomfortable emotions sometimes. The next one says, love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. Some of you, the only thing that's keeping you in this old chapter or is making it hard for you to step into this new chapter is that you're trying to appease other people. Or in certain instances, trying to take other people with you when it's not in alignment. For some of you, it's time for you to evolve. It's time for you to elevate. And you're not able to do that in the same environments that maybe broke you or, you know, hurt you or whatever it may be. You're not able to be in those same connections that were, you know, connections or friendships or environments that were solely based off of trauma, a trauma bond, trauma connections. You get what I'm saying? Once you choose healing for yourself, once you choose to love on yourself, those connections don't resonate with you anymore. They're not as fulfilling as you want to be anymore, but you will go, you know, when you're a compassionate and you're a loving person, you care a lot about what other people feel. Sometimes it's hard to put yourself first, especially if it's something that you rarely ever done. You've always put people before yourself. It is hard to finally take that leap of faith and say, you know what, I have to put me first. I know for me, when I closed out my last chapter and I left my relationship, the ultimate thing that I remember saying to myself, and I know for a fact that I was in a connection where it was like, this was a past life connection, where it was a lesson that that repeated itself. Like I could feel that in that connection. And I just remember saying, I have to choose myself this time. I have to choose myself over the love that I have for this person. Because last time I didn't do it. And it ultimately held me back and I didn't stand in my purpose. Like I really felt like I tapped into, when I was going through a lot of my somatic breathing. Am I saying it right? When I was going through a lot of my breath work healing and hip opening poses and stuff like that, I felt like I was going through like a period of like almost connecting with a past version of myself. And I can feel that I like it's almost like replaying a lesson all over again that I just didn't get right last time. And it felt so freeing to say I have to choose myself this time. It actually hurt a lot. But yeah, sometimes you're just faced with a situation where it's like, you know, I have to choose myself over the love that I have for this particular person. these particular group of friends, these particular family members, they're draining me. They're not, you know, they're not, they don't want to elevate. They don't want better for themselves. And I don't, this doesn't resonate with me anymore. Where maybe at one point in time, it you know, it appeased your ego. It's like your soul is feeling empty. Because it's not what you signed up for, you know? All right, let's see here. I want to move on to African Goddess Rising and really get into the meat and potatoes of this energy. Divine Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors, Cosmic Family, they said, I dare you to start reading from this deck and not clear the energy. Give me a second, y'all. It's time to put yourself first, collective. And it's so weird because it's like I have a friend who's like going through this same transitional phase right now where it's like she wants to be loyal to a particular situation, and it's like you want to show loyalty to a place or establishment that doesn't even show it to you. At some point you have to put yourself first. You have to worry about you being okay. And you know, it's so funny that's the energy here, because as I'm looking, one of the first cards that came out is saying that this new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. You can't be the person that always worries about, well, how are they going to feel, or are they going to be okay? That you know, at some point it's like, yeah, it's nice that you're being loving to everybody else, but why is everybody getting the best version of love from you for them, but you're not giving it to your own self? It's like you're being generous to them, but you're being selfish to yourself. And after doing that for so long, it will start to wear on you. It'll absolutely start to wear on your spirit, your body, your face, your skin, all of that. It's draining, you know? So this new chapter in your life, maybe, you know, it is calling for you to prioritize self. Prioritize self-healing, prioritize self-love, prioritize, you know, healing whatever trauma, and for it may be more than likely a lot of times some type of inner child healing that needs to be done, that makes you feel the obligation to prioritize other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions and needs before yourself. And you know, one thing I've noticed about a lot of people who are like that, we didn't get love easily and freely as children. We had to work for it. We felt like we had to work for it to be accepted, to be viewed as a good kid, to fit in certain groups or whatever it may be. Like when you come from that, unfortunately, you do take that into your adulthood, where now you're overextending yourself. And it's subconscious. You're not even aware that that's what you're doing, but a lot of times that's what's happening for a lot of people. Divine Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors, Cosmic Family. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why, like something just told me to hit it again. Okay. Divine Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors, Cosmic Family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. Clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the divine collective, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified and bind it to them. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. What is it that the divine, what is it that the collective's higher self, divine spirit guides, divine ancestors, guardian angels want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that they want them to hear and know the most at this time, Spirit? Sorry, y'all. Something in my spirit is just telling me to keep shuffling. I feel like I need like one more and I'll be okay. Let's see here. Clear and concise messages. What is it that the collective needs to hear and know the most at this time? The first one we have is pleasure. Tenants. I don't know a ton about this card, but I know it says something along the lines of prioritizing your own pleasure. It feels good to feel good. You being worthy of feeling good. Something along the lines of that. I'm hearing selfish error. And sometimes self-love does look like having to be a little bit selfish. It says live out loud. Pleasure, live out loud. Some of you have really lived in a way to appease other people, but not yourself. And there is something in your spirit that is calling for you to just like let loose. Live out loud, live freely. Enjoy the juicy pleasures of this human experience. I'm telling you, it's giving me a similar energy from last time. Like, you may be alive, but you're not living. You're just like existing. And you know, doing that for so long, you will start to feel empty. That's why there are people who are like millionaires. They have everything, everything that their heart desires on like a physical level when it comes to like, you know, nice car, nice house, you know, financially secure. But on the inside, they feel empty because they're not doing what it is that their soul is calling for them to do. They prioritize their external world before prioritizing the internal world. It's like a fly-ass car. I say that all the time. Like, if you get a nice-ass car, you trick it out. I'm talking about rims on that motherfucker. Interior. Even the interior might look a little nice. But up under that hood, that engine ain't worth a damn. Engine, alternator ain't worth a damn. It's just a nice-looking fucking car. But it can't get you nowhere. You get what I'm saying? Tell me more, Spirit. I'm going to get into the textbook definition of this. I'm just right now giving you all my intuitive messages that are coming to me. It says self-sabotage. One more. One more, Spirit. One more. One 11 a.m. Those numbers may be significant to you. Like it fell, but it didn't fly. One more, Spirit. One more card for the collective. One more card. Alchemy. Queen Nefertiti. Even though this card says self-sabotage, it is like such a cool looking card, bro. I mean, the artwork on these decks is just like, they did they big one. Certainly did. Let's see. So we have Tanit here. I just found her. Just seen her. Just seen her. Pleasure. Tanit, pleasure. So the backstory of Tanit, she's the goddess of pleasure. She's from Tanisha. Yeah. Tanisha. Her temple is conjurers and her element is air. Tanit was the goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Libiza, they still have pleasure-filled full moon, midnight, table dancing parties in her name. Tanit's guidance. You are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. Embodiment. How much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. You secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is healing and a manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say out loud, I deserve pleasure. Goddess declaration. It feels good to feel good. You know what? This energy is really making me think of these last two cards that we pulled. Prioritize your self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. It's time for you to focus on you. Love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. It's like the energy of like you've lived so much of your life, or for some of you it's a relationship where it was an equal give and take. You prioritize so much, and this could be, and like, I kind of felt this energy a little bit earlier in the reading where it's like, what it is that you may need to heal may have something to do with your childhood, where maybe you felt like you had to overextend yourself to be loved. You had to overextend yourself to be valued. And now you've carried this energy into your adult life and into your relationships to where now you feel like you have to overextend yourself to a partner for them to love you, for them to not leave. You could have some type of abandonment wounds or something like that. Maybe with your parents, you felt like you had to go above and beyond just to be loved the right way. This is an energy that I can relate to because I've been here. I've been there. I've absolutely been here. So with this pleasure card, it's just making me feel like, for a lot of you, maybe you were in a relationship where you did go above and beyond to please this person, not even just like on a love, like just on the, actions of like, oh, let me do this for you, rub your back, and make sure this is done, your bath water's ran, da 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 da. It could have been even deeper, as in the bedroom, where this person is being pleased, but you're actually not. Where them being pleased and them getting theirs is prioritized, but you're not prioritizing your own. I know I've been through all of this. And it's deep, right? It's deep how deep those childhood wounds go. If I feel like I've always had to, what this saying was, and it is so profound, and it's actually very sad, it made me emotional. If you struggle to get love as a childhood, you had to fight to get love as a child, that you will learn how to lick it off of a knife just to get some of it. It's like it's not something you feel like it should be like. And when you do that, you start to have a worthiness wound. It creates a worthiness wound where you feel like Or you feel like I'm only worthy of it if I have to fight for it. I'm only worthy of it if I have to work really hard for it, because it's just something that you've been conditioned to feel in your childhood, and now you're just carrying it in your adult life. It's a lot. It's a lot. And that may be just for some of you. It may not be all for all of the collective. Take what resonates to you in your situation and leave the rest behind. Do not force anything to fit. My readings are also timeless. So this can apply to past, present, or future. But this is ultimately the energy that I'm getting. I'm move on to you, Siggy. Live out loud. How much juicy pleasure can you stand? You secretly think that you are not worthy of it. But you are. You absolutely are. I'm getting another message too, but I think what I'll do is just hold off until I get to that card. But I'm understanding kind of why, let me see if I come down a little bit. Make it easier. It's like I don't, that's so much better. Let's see. Moving on to your Siggy. $62. So Yasigi is the goddess of living out loud. She's from Dagon, Mali. Her temple is grits and her element is water. Yasigi has the reputation of being a free-spirited party goddess for the Dagon people, of Mali. She was the first Yasigian, Yasigian, I think. She was the first Yasigian. The Yasigians are women empowered to participate in masked dances. Her guidance to you is express yourself. You have something to say. Share your voice and magic. Express your you-ness. The way you express yourself won't make everyone happy, and that's okay. That's this card. Love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a rare act of self-love. I look like super fucking small now. I don't necessarily want to get up though either. I was kind of cozy. Y'all, it's so hot in this house. My AC broke and your girl's a little pissed. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't. But right now I'm waiting to go through insurance so I can get this new, I guess I need like a new thermostat and like a board or something. And it is just ignorant. Because it's like, Pittsburgh is, first of all, it has been hot as hell. But it's not the heat. It is the fucking humidity. So even though it's night outside, even though the sun isn't shining, it is extremely hot because the air is just thick and muggy and it's fucking annoying. And I'm probably going to have to take another shower even though I just got out the shower. But anyway, has nothing to do with the reading. I just wanted to say. Anyway, it says the way you express yourself won't make everyone happy, and that's okay. You're not meant to. Living out loud and self-expression look different for everyone. For outgoing extroverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables and screaming your points of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save the louder parts of their personalities for loved ones. Goddess declaration, I am free to express myself fully. And you doing that is an act of self-love. You know, I will be honest, when it's something that you've never done in your life, it's not going to be easy for you to start off at doing it. But I would just, even if it's just once a week, one thing that maybe you normally would not express yourself about when it comes to your needs or what you want, just start practicing it until it becomes first nature. I promise you, it's just going to feel so liberating and so fucking freeing when you start to speak up for yourself. Because another thing I've noticed too, especially when you come from certain type of childhoods, especially these type of environments where you feel like you had to work really hard for love. You don't want to call you, and if you feel like you had to work hard for love, then that means you try to go out your way to not do anything that would maybe trigger somebody to not want to love you or not want to express love to you. Then it's like you grow up with this mindset of, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to be problematic. So I just rather not say anything. But then it's like you're dying on the inside. You're not speaking up for yourself and you're dying on the inside. I'm going to be honest. I'm in my 30s now. It took for me to get in my 30s to finally get comfortable to start vocalizing what it is that I wanted. Or I don't fucking like that. Sometimes I would go with the flow, and I've done things that that my body, that I mentally, emotionally, sexually did not want to do, just based off of, maybe I actually wanted to wait a little bit longer, but I don't want to, this is why inner child healing is so fucking important. It really is. It really is. And when you're somebody like this, when you're a person that struggles with this type of energy, or these type of trauma responses, it turns into a situation where setting healthy boundaries is actually very difficult for you. Goddess declaration, I am free to express myself fully. The next one we have is Mom Lambo, self-sabotage. Let's get into this one. Because there's another thing that happens now that we're on the card. There's another thing that happens when you have a worthiness wound. Like you don't feel like you're worthy of pleasure. You don't feel like you're worthy of good things. When you start, when that happens, it gets so deep to where you can actually meet a really good person, a really good counterpart that really sees your value and your worth and wants to pour into you and free of charge, just because they love your spirit and who you are as a person. And you could be very likely to sabotage a connection like that. Why? Because it is foreign to you. Environments where actually you have to question, does somebody really care about me? Do they care? Or am I doing enough to keep them around? Or that those situations where you're dealing with somebody who's a little wishy-washy or emotionally unavailable, those type of connections, those feel more familiar to you because that is what you're used to. And then you come across somebody who actually, no, they're very sure that they like you. They want to pour into you. They want to treat you nice. And here you are rejecting that person. Worthiness wounds can really run so deep. They can. But let's get into what the textbook definition says. So the shadow, Mom Lambo is the shadow of self-sabotage. She's from Zulu. Her temple is shadows and her element is bush. Shadow monster Mom Lambo is the brain-sucking, snake-like, water-dwelling Zulu goddess of rivers. That's her backstory. They make her look gorgeous. She just looks, I think she's really pretty. She just looks a little round. Anyway, so it says you are holding yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? Your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and your power. Distractions, addictions, cravings, and unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Your inner bully is the voice telling you that you messed up. The part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. I just was saying it. Stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen pathways. What inspired action can you take today? Goddess declaration. I have compassion for myself. I want you all to use that as a as a daily affirmation. I think that that would be really, really beneficial. Daily affirmation: I have compassion for myself. And you make sure you say that daily while you're looking in the mirror. I have compassion for myself. The last card we got is Queen Nefertiti, Alchemy. $76. Let's see. All right, Queen Nefertiti, the goddess of alchemy. She's from Egypt. Her element is queens, and her temple is queens, and her element is fire. Nefertiti was a legendary Egyptian queen whose name means a beauty has come. Celebrated as a goddess and her husband's equal, Queen Nefertiti led a spiritual revolution, worshiping Aten, the sun god. Her guidance to you is, it is time. You turn everything that life throws your way into gold. You are on the path to fulfilling your purpose. You are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy. Dare to transmute lead into gold by shifting from fear to love. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Match this frequency. See it in your mind's eyes first. Imagine it. I am loved. What does it look, taste, and smell like to be loved unconditionally? I am happy and healthy. See it. I'm a money magnet. What does it feel like? Goddess declaration. Everything I touch turns into gold. Now, while I think that visualization is really, really important, I think for some of you, a good exercise to do would be to write out the type of partner that you're looking for and be very descriptive. Like, go into detail. But then after that, write another page. I want to feel like this. I want my relationship to make me feel like. What do you want to feel from this situation? And as you're writing these words, envision and visualize what that would feel like. You need to get to a place where you almost have to trick your psyche into believing that you are worthy of feeling good. You are worthy of being treated right. You are worthy of a connection and being with somebody who is sure of you. You are worthy of somebody who is going to pour into you as much as you pour into them. You are worthy of somebody who's not going to allow you to prioritize them before yourself all the time. That's a healthy connection. Because honestly, you ask me, a man or a woman that truly loves you, they're not going to let you always put them first. Or you know what? In certain situations, maybe they will let you put them first, but they're going to match you that energy right back. So it never feels like you're being drained. It never feels like you're pouring more into somebody's cup than they're pouring into yours, but it feels balanced. You're deserving of that. But you have to believe it first. Because if you don't believe it, even when it does come your way, you're going to self-sabotage. You'll end up pushing people like this away. Pushing good people that actually do see your worth, that do want to pour into your cup. You'll continue to push them away as long as you have a worthiness wound and you feel like you're not good enough for it. That's the energy that I'm getting. Well, this has been your message collective. I really hope that it resonated. If so, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is a beautiful way to energetically donate back to the channel. Until next time, I love you all so much, and